back in the third period. They sense that if they can get one more, they can really make a go of this.
116 Americans playing in the National Hockey League, Don. It tells you something about their talent pool. In the last half of this game, through the latter portion of the second period and here in the third, it's been a much different team than what we saw in the first period.
And hops into the United States bench. So many great players, primarily coming from the college ranks in the United States.
And a lot of defensemen are becoming great defensemen, such as Kevin Hatcher, such as Brian Leetch. Wolanin has played a lot more here as this game has moved along on the blue line for the Americans. Hatcher led his team in scoring during this season. Brian Leetch led the New York Rangers in scoring during the regular season last season. That tells you about their abilities and their offensive abilities.
The Finnish linesman will drop the puck between Fleury and Otto just inside the Team Canada blue line.
Looks like the Americans are starting to double shift Brian Leetch here in the third, and Leetch is starting to react to it.
Quick backhand shot wide from Mullenstick. Fleury to Murphy. Oh, they try to lead it to Robitaille. Couldn't get it to him. Here's Olczyk. He's in alone. He shoots. And a great save by Ranford. Point blank from Ed Olczyk.
What a great play by Leetch to read the play and within a whisker or an instant move the puck ahead.
Here they come again. Hatcher right side. His shot is steered off target by Ranford. Belly Ranford pressure now as the United States turns it on. Otto's quick shot is stopped. Still loose in the Canadian zone. Hatcher to the side. They score. No goal. It's waved off by Koharski.
The whistle sounded without a question prior to the puck going over the goal line. 2 goals Team USA have scored in this game. 2 disallowed that have been disallowed. The one with too many men on the ice, and this time there's no question that the whistle sounded before the puck went over the line. As to why, I'm not really sure.
Interference.
Interference.
The whistle sounded on a penalty.
Puck is kept in by Leetch. Koharski's on the far side of the ice. You know,
watch Olczyk. That's the interference right there.
Right. Interference, penalty to Eddie Olczyk. Koharski had blown the whistle before the puck went in to indicate the penalty. And Team USA, who scored twice in this game, have the goals disallowed and a guy in the penalty box.
Oh, does Olczyk have something to think about now, because it really was a needless penalty he took with the puck bouncing loose in the Team Canada zone.
And the Americans were flying. What a shift that was. Led by Brian Leetch, who kept it alive 3 or 4 different times. He turned a defensive play into a breakaway by Olczyk, who didn't score.
So the Canadian power play goes back to work. They have put 3 times. They've all been tonight. Chelios, far corner. Smith for Canada has it. Digs it back. Big Lindros almost deflected in, but Gretzky now turns around the other way, being watched by Brown. He gets it across to Smith. In behind the Lindros. Popped in front. Gretzky shooting, and that was turned away on the short side.
Good work by the 3 forwards in one corner of the ice. And finally the shot, and Richter just stayed on his feet, covered the angle, and stopped the puck with the shot up high. Lindros, Gretzky, and Larmer were the 3 forwards, and they were all changing positions. We see them deep. They're all in real good shape as far as where to be, but it took Larmer a split second to go from the backhand to the forehand. That was enough time for Mike Richter to establish position to make the save look easy.
Lindros will stay out to center. Gretzky is on his right. Shanahan on his left.
They might butt heads as they get ready for this face-off. Otto's really trying to establish position.
Bounces free. Shot back by Larmer. McInnes deflected. Rebound. Couldn't get a shot away. Here's McInnes now from the right point. Gretzky near boards. Slap shot from the point is wide. The rebound is dug out. Flip to Gretzky. Jams away. They score. Gretzky scores. It is 6-3 Canada.
Gretzky wants this soft pass across to McInnes for the shot, and Gretzky drives to the net after passing the puck back to the defenseman. He'll find the loose puck here and just jam it, and somehow it squirts through Mike Richter. The first bad goal, and Mike Richter's allowed. But Gretzky on the power play stays out of traffic. The puck comes to him. There it is. Banks it in. Richter, I don't think, was expecting a shot, and Gretzky's had himself some night at the office.
Scoring from a very difficult angle. A 3-goal lead again for Team Canada. Less than 9 minutes remaining. Steve Smith will circle his own goal around to Shanahan on the near boards, and a relay back to the United States blue line. Craig Wolanin. It's left there for Shanahan. They kick away at him. Hatcher defending for the United States, and Robitaille picks it up in the corner. Robitaille, a backhand shot, is gloved by Richter. Drops it off for Roenick. Modano is taken down by Smith. There'll be another Team Canada penalty. The United States will get a power play. In behind the play. A penalty to Canada. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV. And power advantage once again to the United States.
Yeah, Smith realized the foul right there as Modano got position on him. Modano down, and the Americans come back with a power play unit. Brian Leetch on the ice. They've used Miller at center ice a lot on the power play tonight, even more so than Roenick on the power play.
Yellow post, Sutter on the draw. Sutter wins it, flips it back inside his blue line. Stevens giving chase. Circles the net on the left side. Quick pass ahead at center ice. United States with Chelios being tied up by Sutter, has to backtrack. Leetch gets away from the Canadian forechecking. Has Miller and Hull with him. Drops it back for Modano on the boards. Modano circling, makes his pass, and Hull fans on it. Over in the corner and off the boards, held in by Miller, but now cleared by Sutter. Out for Graham. Graham, the premier penalty killer, will go to the bench now. 40 seconds gone on the penalty. This crowd of 17,500 to settle to Hamilton is roaring in the second Canada Cup game for both teams. Puck is not clear. Hull kept it in. Miller digs in the corner against Desjardins. Now Stevens in there. They fail to clear. Centering pass. Hull parked in front. Nobody watching him. They didn't get it to him. Now pass Suter. It's cleared for Team Canada right to Richter's doorstep. 48 seconds. The penalty remains. Uesh getting fresh guns out there. Hull though remains inside the line. Suter takes it in. Cleared to the near boards. Larmer for Canada. Pass Roenick to Gretzky. McInnes with the great one on his left. Tries to make the pass and makes it beautifully. Gretzky just shot it wide.
Gretzky had to work to get away from the bigger player, Kevin Hatcher. It nearly worked for a goal.
Roenick collects it at the blue line. Drops the pass off. There's nobody behind as it's shot all the way out across the blue line as Hull makes the bad blind pass. He'll go to the bench. Janney, who scored 2 tonight, passes to Roenick. A second to go on the penalty. They drop it back. Here is Suter shooting, and back on the ice comes Smith. They're on full terms again, full strength. Swept in front, cleared by Team Canada. 6 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the game. Courtnall dangerously on Richter's front door there. Almost stole the puck. The United States getting it ahead. Left wing pass for Tony Granato. Back to Joel Otto inside the line. He passes to an open wing. Picked up by Stevens and again cleared by the Canadians into the United States bench area. We invite you to be sure to stay tuned right after the game for the Butterball Canada game highlight. Butterball, what only the best will do.
Butterball Turkey Franks. Now there's something you can sink your teeth into. They're downright delicious and nutritious. The chuck wagon treat round my campfire.
Our next telecast on CTV Thursday night, Canada versus Sweden in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens should be a special night. The return to Maple Leaf Gardens of Borje Salming.
And the Americans will move on to play in Detroit. They'll get great support there. Then Team USA finishes up Saturday and Monday in Chicago Don, and that should be quite a thrill to play the Soviets and Finns in one of the great arenas for hockey.
Here's Leach stealing it, trying to bring it in quickly. The United States down 3, continues to press. They thread it through, but can't find Mullen on the stick of Leach. Here's Tocchet stealing it. Dropping it off inside the line, digging it back, and he couldn't get a clear shot on goal. He was set up beautifully by Messier. Quick end-to-end response from both these teams. Messier, with only a practice or two in his second game, is flying out there, looking better with every passing period.
He's very stiff this morning, Don, after playing a lot in game 1 2 nights ago. But he has to go through that to get himself into shape.
Banked off the boards for Granato. His right wing pass for Modano inside the line. Waits and gives it back to Granato. The United States wingers are flying in there. Smith nails Granato with a good check and an elbow in the corner. Gretzky trying to send Larmer away. Gets it back in the line and brings it inside. Dumps it off on the left face-off circle, and Carson has a block. Larmer has a rebound, and that's stopped by Richter too. 4.5 minutes to play. Still loose in the Team USA zone. They clear. Back comes the red wave from Canada. Gretzky, McInnes, his shot. Richter holds that. 4:13 left. 6-3 is the lead for Team Canada here in Hamilton. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
Team USA captain Joel Otto, the training staff was just over spraying some freezing potion onto it, and Otto is a competitor, looks a little dejected. He has played hard in this one. Tell you the guy that's played great though is Wayne Gretzky, and as he just went off the ice ending his last shift, he had a standing ovation from the people here in Hamilton.
As you know, he's had some hand problems of his own, but his hand appears to be healing rapidly. Sutter on the face-off against Janney. He scored 2 of the 3 United States goals this evening. Hull has the other, but they trail 6-3. 4 minutes to go now. Miller inside the Team Canada line. Knifes it right in front. Picked up by Graham. Off the boards. He banks it ahead for Sutter. Closing in with a short side backhand drive redirected by Richter. Desjardins in front. Graham shooting. They bang away. And cleared by the United States Chelios.
The Canadians have jammed the net in this game. Every time Richter's making saves, there's a Canadian player right in his face. That makes it tough.
3.5 minutes remaining. 6-3 Canada leads. Ranford stopping it for Coffey. Ahead to Fleury. Doesn't get the pass to Robitaille. Otto intercepts. Sore hand and all. He's on the ice. Leach. Olczyk. Intercepted by Howardchuk. Now Mullen. Olczyk carrying on, being watched by McInnes, taken down in the corner there. Joey Mullen can't keep it. Leach will keep it in play for the Americans, however. Mullen digs it behind the net. Less than 3 minutes remaining now. Howardchuk off the boards, clears the zone. Time rapidly running out on the United States. A team that mounted a comeback. They came back from the dead tonight and have made a game of it. Well, here's a little mix-up, and we'll get to it in a moment. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
Fleury and Weinrich, pardon me.
The penalties to Team USA number 38, Eric Weinrich. The Team Canada number 14, Philip Fleury.
Little Fleury in the thick of things again takes a penalty along with Weinrich.
Look at 2 players were going to their respective benches for a line change, and the sparks started to fly a little bit.
So they go for roughing with 2:44 to go. That is a slashing penalty they have redefined for each. So they're wood chopping out there with 2:44 left.
Don, we were talking during the intermission with Terry Jones, one of the writers for an Edmonton paper, the Edmonton Sun, talking about Lindros, pardon me, with a forearm on Modano. He said, yeah, he Messier'd him. And if you remember in Hockey Pass, Messier loves to go in and use the forearm to crash people. Wasn't a bad saying.
Is young Lindros in the corner, feeding it somewhat dangerously out of there, but McInnes finds it to Messier. Lindros going in, can't accept the pass. It bounces off his skate. Messier, side of the goal, battling with Hatcher. He kicks it back to Smith and keeps it in motion that way. 2:10 remaining. Chelios ahead at center. Roenick brings it forward now. 2 minutes remaining. Left at the line. Smith just kills a few more seconds, easing it back into the United States corner on a change. Gretzky is on the ice with Desjardins. Now Coffey and Larmer. Teams each a man short. For the next 53 seconds, Hull got turned around by Desjardins. Larmer at center ice for Canada. Brings it in. Coffey and Gretzky with him back to Larmer. The great redirect blocked by Mike Richter.
And Larmer's had a multitude of chances. In fact, when you're on the ice and Gretzky's out there, you're in the offensive zone, get to the net somehow, because Gretzky, with his skill level, and when it's working like it is tonight, he'll find you. This is another example of a give and go. Larmer gave it, then he took off. He went right to the net. Look at that elevated, beautiful pass. Larmer with a fine deflection, and Richter with a great save. Gretzky has put on a show.
A productive night for the Great One, accounting directly and indirectly for 4 of the 6 Canada goals. Leach skates around him and brings it out to Suter. Dumped off to Janney. 1:10 remaining now. Across the goal crease past Ranford. But up the boards for Janney to keep in if he can. He cannot. Team Canada brings it out with Gretzky on the left side. Quick shot there is blocked. Shanahan got it off. Less than a minute to go as they fall on it at center ice.
Don, you like to look back at hockey games and think of various moments which were important for your team. The score was 5-3. Olchuk took a beautiful Brian Leetch pass and had a breakaway, and Billy Ranford made the save. Shortly after, during the same shift, Olchuk took the penalty and Canada scored to make it a 6-3 lead. That breakaway save by Ranford, even though it seems to have been a one-sided game, was a big one when you think about it.
Indeed, and no question the United States has had abundant scoring chances. Remember, 2 goals were taken away that they thought they had put on the net. One with too many men on the ice, another with a rather needless penalty by Olchuk that you referred to. And Ranford has been brilliant. 52 seconds remain. Otto and Sutter battle for it. The United States is going to be 1-1. Canada will be a win and a tie into the second game of the Canada Cup competition. Fleury inside the United States zone with 35 seconds remaining. Comes free. Sutter with it. Fleury parked the edge of the crease. Too far back for Stevens. He'll backpedal to his own blue line to Murphy. Fewer than 20 seconds remain now in Hamilton. This crowd applauding and appreciating what Team Canada's been able to do against a determined United States side that did not quit, down 5-0. Came back and made a battle of it. They're up and giving Canada a standing ovation as time runs out in Hamilton's Cox Coliseum. Canada has defeated the United States by a final score of 6-3.
The Ford F-150 spacious
Showed in the first half, propelled them to a win. Along with that, their best player was the best player on the ice, and that was Wayne Gretzky.
For a presentation of the Labatt's Player of the Game Awards. Maintenant, la présentation des joueurs du match.
So we're going to go down to the ice and the post-game presentation.
The Major Accounts Manager of Canon, Mr. Tim Sherwood, and the Assistant District Sales Manager for the Labatt Ontario Brewery, Mr. Herb Needham. The Labatt Player of the Game for Team USA with 2 goals, number 23, Craig Janney. He receives an Inuit carving courtesy of Canadian Tire. Team player for Labatt Player of the Game for Team Canada receives a Canon Futura camera, number 99, Wayne Gretzky. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
There was no doubt the great one, Wayne Gretzky, mobbed by his teammates. A 4-point night tonight. The Labatt's Blue Player of the Game for Team Canada. And the Labatt's Blue Player of the Game for Team USA with 2 goals tonight, Craig Janney, but in a losing cause. The final score again, Team Canada 6, the United States 3. Wayne Gretzky, the Player of the Game for Canada. This is the 1991 Labatt Blue Canada Cup on CTV.